Welcome back to Out of Left Field. Every adventure comes with moments of doubt. There may be stretches of physical pain and mental exhaustion. There may be times when you ask yourself, will I ever make it to the finish line? When the going gets tough for local runner Megan Natali on her road to run a marathon in every state, this is what she does to stay the course.
I try to remind myself that I've done it before, that I could do it again. During a race, I won't listen to music, but I might put on some music to get me through a tough spot. I might say Hail Mary. I might say a prayer to get me through a tough spot. Repeat a phrase in my head, I can do it. I think about my family. If it gets really hard at mile 20, I'll think about a different person at each mile to help me get to the next one.
Lisa Steffes also lives in the Hazleton area and has the same goal as Natali, to finish a marathon in every state. She also thinks of those that love and support her while she's being tested on the course. One person who has to pop into her mind constantly is her mother, Marion Steffes.
Actually, my mother started it first.
Oh, did she really?
She also started running when she was in her 40s, and she did the surrounding states, and she was planning on doing all 50. So on her 60th birthday, I decided I wanted to do a special one for her. So we planned California. And then I thought, well, if I'm going all the way to California, I'm going to stand around watching her, I might as well run too. So that's how I got back into it. Yeah, she's 74 now. Now she runs half marathons.
I was just going to ask her, she's
still running, 74, yeah.
How many states did she get through?
I think she's only about 4 behind me, so.
What's one thing you wish you knew when you first started this?
Just that you can do it, and age is not a factor, and time is not a factor. It's just make a plan and get started.
To help inspire you at home during whatever adventure you're on currently, I present the story of Lisa Steffes and Megan Natali, two runners trying to cross a finish line in all 50 states. Lisa Steffes is originally from Minnesota, and running has always been a big part of her life.
I grew up in the country and we played outside all day. My neighbors were a half mile or a mile away, so in order to meet up with friends we had to run or bike. So it's just something I always did. And there were only 3 sports to choose from: cross country, soccer, or volleyball in the fall. So I tried cross country, and the friendships we made and the success I had, I just stuck with it. And maybe there's a little bit of natural talent, but then I think mostly it's just the hard work, the time you put in over the years, and gradually building.
Megan Natali thought she would be a basketball player at Bishop Hafey High School in Hazleton. Cross country was just supposed to keep her in shape for hoops in the winter.
What other sport were you going to do?
Basketball.
Basketball?
Yeah.
That didn't pan out?
I liked running the suicides. And I liked the punishment when the coach would make us run. And then, a lot of other classmates would do cross country as a conditioning for the other sports. But that one just kind of stuck with me.
Natali went on to run cross country at Marywood University in Scranton, and after graduation, she competed in her first marathon.
I enjoy traveling. That was part of the motivation. My husband likes to travel. When I got the distance bug and I did my first marathon, I wanted to do more, but I didn't want to do the same races every year, so that seemed like a good idea to try to hit them all. But I like the training journey. I'm not trying to rush and get done as fast as possible. I enjoy running long and being out there for a couple hours on a Saturday.
Steffes and Natali knew each other from running in local races, but eventually Natali noticed from Steffes' post on the running app Strava that the two of them were reaching for the same goal, running a marathon in all 50 states. Since then, the two have connected and have become important resources for each other in their journeys.
We have a nice little running community here, and I find that most runners are really nice and humble and supportive of each other, and I really enjoy that about. I know when I see Lisa at a local race, I'm going to have some good, healthy competition, but it's we have a respect for each other.
It's to help push us to do our best.
Yeah.
And we know what each other is going through. It's hard enough, so try to make it easier.
Just before this interview, Natali got done running 2 marathons in 4 days, one in Idaho and one in Utah, and she wasn't taking it too easy during her downtime on the trip.
Oh yeah, I tried to enjoy it as much as I can. I know Lisa said earlier, the more you move, actually, the better you feel afterwards. So I try not to, let how sore I feel, change anything that we're doing for like sightseeing and stuff. I want to see all those things too. There's been memories in each state. Recently, traveling with my husband and 2 kids, we just went to Idaho. And we all went horseback riding in West Yellowstone, and that was just like picture perfect memory, like with the family. So things like that are what I really remember.
Steffes also keeps pushing after races. After one marathon, she hiked around Mount Rainier with her wife. During this interview, she was getting ready for her next race in Des Moines, Iowa.
Getting up to higher mileage, 100-mile weeks, longer runs on the weekends. Sort of counting down to get to the taper period. I ease back about 10 days before the race.
Steffes has been clocking times under 3 hours and 30 minutes for her marathons. Natalie has been keeping a similar pace in her races. I did some Googling and found out that the average marathon time is around 4 hours and 30 minutes. Both of these women work full-time jobs. Natalie is a graphic designer and Steffes is a physical therapist, yet they both find time to run and train every day. They push themselves so hard because they love running and they love this adventure the sport has led them on. But at times that love can be tested, and in those hard moments, the sport teaches them even more lessons and they learn even more about themselves.
I don't know if it's competitive, but you just have to have hope, because if there's no hope, then why are you doing this? So just stay positive. When something goes wrong, find another way. Have an A goal, a B goal, a C goal, something to work for when it starts falling apart, if it does. I mean, every course is different, the weather's different. Sometimes you could have trouble with your stomach. I mean, sometimes the bus is late and you don't get to the start on time. There's so many different factors that can happen. But the last goal is just to finish. So even on my hands and knees, I think I can always finish.
The finish line is in sight. As of October 2024, Natalie has run in 31 states and Steffes has completed 41. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this edition of Out of Left Field. If you'd like to watch past episodes, go to ssptv.com. Thank you again so much for watching. Until next time, take it easy, everyone.